Ever since the first trailer for Hogwarts Legacy dropped, the hype for it has been constantly building up. Whether it's on Reddit, Discord, or even multiple comment sections on YouTube, people are pumped for this. And so am I. This is basically the game I've been dreaming of for the past 15 years or so of my life. But the moment I realized that something special was going on with this game was when I did my 2 wishlist videos for it and saw both of them get an insane amount of views. So then I was like, alright, people are super excited for this, and the Harry Potter fanbase is more alive than ever, which is awesome. And at first, it was super fun to dream about all the things that the developers could do with an open-world RPG set in that universe, specifically within the confines of Hogwarts and its surroundings. But right now, I feel like the conversation surrounding Hogwarts Legacy is becoming a bit dangerous. I'm very optimistic about the game and I can't wait to see more, but we have to give it a chance to succeed. I'm not trying to play the devil's advocate here, I just genuinely don't want people to be disappointed with something they've been waiting for so long. That's all there is to it. Obviously, I'm not here trying to tell you how you should anticipate a game you're excited for. Everyone has a different relationship with hype and it's perfectly fine. I'm just saying that maybe we should proceed with caution. Now, before I say anything else, just know that the game is still my most anticipated of 2021 by far, and that I know how ironic it is for me to do a video on tempering expectations, but please hear me out. Recently, I played Cyberpunk 2077, and if you watch my review and if you are aware of the whole controversy surrounding the game, you would know that it's basically a cautionary tale for the whole entire gaming community about the dangers of overhyping a game. Even if I'm still having a blast with it, it's difficult to put aside all the expectations people had going into it that were unfortunately not fulfilled. Although most of these expectations were mainly created by the multiple promises made by the developers themselves, which, as we now know, ultimately led to many missing features. But in the case of Hogwarts Legacy, things are very different. Unlike Cyberpunk, the hype isn't driven by the promises made, but mainly by the gamer's imagination and wildest dreams. Because right now we know almost nothing about this game other than it's an open-world action RPG taking place at Hogwarts during the late 1800s. That's pretty much it. The official website does give some gameplay information, and recently we got some features confirmed, like the fact that players will get to choose their own house, create alliances, and things like that. But we still haven't seen any gameplay aside from the leaked trailer we got a couple of years ago. Nevertheless, the lack of footage and information clearly didn't prevent people from getting aboard the hype train, and for a good reason. Because, as I said, the Harry Potter community is extremely dedicated and passionate, and the world created by J.K. Rowling is so big, rich, and full of details that the mere mention of a game set within that world is enough to start daydreaming. Hogwarts Legacy is most likely what a lot of people have been wishing for since childhood, so that reaction is perfectly normal. I'm 25 years old and I almost cried when I saw the trailer. Most wishes I've seen online or mentioned in the comment sections of my videos are generally really good and also in the realm of possibility, but some wishes are so out there and unreasonable that I don't even have a word for it. And look, I'm not here saying that you should stop dreaming and coming up with cool ideas that you would like to see in the game. Not at all, that's actually part of the fun. I just think that we should try to stay realistic and not expect the impossible from the developers. Some of the wishes are so intense that no studio in the history of gaming would be able to pull it off, like having a mode that lets you play through the whole entire series of books as Harry, or being able to leave Hogwarts after completing the full 7 years, explore the whole world, get a job at the Ministry of Magic, or even visit other schools, countries, and things like that. If you thought that your dream of becoming an animagus was far-fetched, you ain't seen nothing yet. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Even if all those ideas are freaking awesome, I just think they're not rational, especially when we know that this is the first big AAA game by the developers. I mean, this is not Rockstar Games we're talking about. I'm sure they're super talented, and from what I've heard, they truly care about the wizarding world, but I sincerely think that right now, some people are asking too much from them. What I also noticed recently is people taking leaks and rumors as facts. Now this is extremely dangerous, simply because by doing so you are basically getting hyped for things that haven't been confirmed by an official source. There were leaks about being able to get married, becoming the Minister of Magic, or even interacting with a young Dumbledore. Even if those ideas sound great, they also sound a bit too good to be true. If they turn out to be accurate, well, hell yes. But since nothing is set in stone yet, maybe we should wait for official confirmation before getting hyped about such things. Honestly, I know it's fun to fantasize and come up with theories, but you run the risk of ruining the game for yourself. I used to have a very big problem with hype. I've seen it ruin many great games and movies for me, and it's not because the products themselves were bad, but mainly because they were just not what I expected, which would have never happened if I had stayed realistic in my expectations and didn't put them on a pedestal. And I don't want this to happen with Hogwarts Legacy. I'm beyond excited for this game, don't get me wrong, but I just don't want false assumptions to crush a potentially great experience. Which is why I think for the time being, maybe we should turn our brains off a bit and just wait for more official information. Or at the very least, remind ourselves the reality of game development when thinking about things we'd like to see in the game. I just want a good open-world RPG set in Hogwarts, that's it, nothing else. Just give me a well-crafted and immersive experience and I'll be super happy. Because remember, like I said in my Cyberpunk video, it's better to be pleasantly surprised by a game than be severely disappointed by it. Thank you guys for watching this unplanned Hogwarts Legacy video. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on all this. Do you think hype can be dangerous or not really? I guess we're gonna find out sooner or later. We're officially in 2021 now. The game is coming out this year and I cannot wait to jump into it and talk about it on the channel. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps a lot and it means the world to me. That's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys very soon.